Hey, to all my 6th grade science students, I wanted to go ahead and just tell you a little bit about how this week is going to look. So I'm in Google Classroom on the classwork page, and here you can see I put everything under the title of Science, week of April 6th through the 9th, and it's under Water Cycle, Weather, and Climate. Under this icon, which stands for material, this week is a little bit different. There's 3 things in this section, and I want you to read through everything, watch everything, and use these 3 things as you're completing all of your assignments. The first piece is the Google Doc that I sent out and remind to all the parents, but this piece is your Google Doc, and on this Google Doc, it has everything that you need to know for this week, and this week is only 4 days. You don't have school on Friday. So we have all 4 of our standards, which basically say we're still investigating the atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and geosphere and how they affect the weather and climate. We're also looking at the water cycle and how it affects global patterns. Specifically, what is the difference between weather and climate? So that is our focus for this week, is weather cycle and the difference between weather, which is the conditions for that day, versus climate, which is the pattern of weather over many years. And so you want to focus on the difference of weather that day. What is the condition as I'm looking outside the window? And for today, I can't say that Florida's overall pattern is always rainy. Today it was rainy and a bit cooler. I can't say that. Over time, the pattern for Florida is sunny, it's warm, and so you know that. So our climate, sunny and warm. The weather today, however, was a little bit gloomy. It wasn't a great day for our solar ovens. So when we take a look at the weekly expectations for April 6th through the 9th, you have 10 things that you need to do. And so the first thing is to complete science review questions 1 and 2. The second thing is to use this link to study Quizlet. And Quizlet has all of the vocabulary words that are listed on this page. Number 3, I'm a little bit leery and concerned right now with Zoom because of the data breach and some just interesting things that have happened. So I want to try this week Google Meet, and I'm going to send another video that gives direct information and how to do it as a participation grade. So this isn't optional. What I'm doing is I'm giving a participation grade from Google Meet and also Gimkit, and if you're there for them, you get an easy 100. So that'll be on Tuesday during class time. Look for it to be posted in Google Classroom. Next is a PDF that you'll use for your exit ticket, and I'll show you that in a minute. Your exit ticket this week is 5 questions. You have to read the article, and you have to use that article for your exit ticket. Number 6 are the Google Slides, which are in this unit, which is material. 7, this week you have a Google Slide project, which is just making a foldable. And so we're gonna look a little bit about that. It's not something major like what we've been doing the last couple weeks. This week is a little bit more basic, so and it shouldn't take as long. 8 is Gimkit. Again, that's a participation grade. Number 9 is your review assessment. I want to be honest with you. The review assessment comes from questions from review 1 and review 2. There is no reason, and some of you are not doing well on this assessment. There's no reason to not do well on that assessment when you're given the answers to it. So you need to be thinking smarter, not harder. And very last, number 10, the water cycle, weather, and climate assessment. And again, I'll be honest with you, that comes from these vocabulary questions, and if you're studying Quizlet, you should be fine. Hint, hint, all of the answers to that assessment are right here in vocabulary. And I've had some students fail that assessment, and it's crazy to me because here are the answers. And so you're failing a test that you've actually been given the answers to right here. So here are all of the vocabulary words. The only word, I'll be honest with you, the only word that is new from moving from elementary is this word transpiration. And this is actually the process that plants release water vapor into the air through their leaves. And so I wanted to show you right here within the water cycle. You're super great at evaporation. We know that the water cycle starts with the sun. The sun heats up the water. We go evaporation, condensation, where the from water, that water turns into a vapor or a gas. In condensation, where that gas cools, it turns back into a liquid. We see in that evaporation process where those plants are losing that water. We see that happen through transpiration. Sorry about that. So we see them lose that water and turn into that vapor through transpiration. So we can see that evaporation happen here from water in our oceans and lakes and rivers and streams, or through transpiration from plants. Now, condensation, that cooling of that water vapor turning back into precipitation. Once those water droplets get heavy enough, it falls in four waves of precipitation: rain, sleet, hail, or snow. And then from precipitation, we know we have surface runoff, and from surface runoff, that water goes back to our rivers, lakes, streams, or oceans, or can run off and be stored in our groundwater in, like for us in Florida, in the Floridan aquifers. So we know that in our water tables. So really quickly, like I said earlier, differences between weather and climate. I want you to focus. Weather is the conditions in a day, where climate is the condition over years. It's that average weather that takes place over years. Weather can change. We know this in Florida. It can change hour by hour, sometimes minute by minute. And sometimes I can look in the front yard and see where it's sunny. In the backyard, I can look out the window and it's raining. So again, this is the Google Doc that's set with all of the links for everything that you need for the entire week. This is under material, but also under material is our Google Slides, which we worked really hard on. I used another teacher's slides and also added some things in from myself too. So please make sure, there's that picture again, that you go through everything. This link here is back to that Google Doc with all expectations, standards, and vocabulary. Again, here's our link for Quizlet, which is also on that Google Doc to study. Just a fun fact, the water that we drink today is the same water that's existed since the world began. So it's just cycling through that water cycle. Just again, more vocabulary, different types of collection, what we refer to our collection when we have that surface runoff or groundwater where it stays. We know from what we've been studying here with this iceberg is that any of this water would be considered the hydrosphere. Anywhere that that hydrosphere has frozen precipitation is called the cryosphere. All right, again, just through all of your vocabulary, more on transpiration. This is a great video with Bill Nye to help you with the differences between weather and climate. And what I love, this is a great wrap on the water cycle, which you will love. And from here, a super great video again on weather versus climate. That same slide that you saw earlier. I just wrote some great examples for you to look at to know. On July 4th, 2019, it was sunny and 94 degrees in Lake Wales, Florida. That would be an example of weather, a specific day. Now, Florida has been humid, subtropical, the past decade. Now that's 10 years, and so we would kind of give a description of the overall conditions over a period of time. That would be its climate. Here's a description of the actual project that you're going to be doing this week. It is, these are the pictures, but this is also on the Google Doc that has what your project should look like. It's a foldable, it's a 4-flap foldable, and on the front is the water cycle process. On the inside is a drawing And then you're going to be able to label and show me the different steps of the water cycle, but I wanted you to be able to see what I was looking for here. And then just for fun, and I thought about doing this for a grade, but I would love to see your photos and videos if you do this. This is just extra for fun, is the water cycle in a bag. And you can, here's the video that shows, actually there's a video attached to this, that shows how to make the water cycle in a bag. I did this with my students in elementary, and then I've also done the rain cloud science experiment with my elementary students. So these are optional just for fun, ways to show when you when those water droplets get heavy, how it actually rains inside of a cup, and then the resources listed. The last thing is the PDF, that is the article, and this is where the students will read and get their information. And the exit ticket questions are attached. There are 5 exit ticket questions this week. They're going to need this diagram for questions 4 and 5. So please make sure that you have the article with you, have it out, have 2 tabs open when you're taking, because always in my class, you know this, that you are able to use the article when you take the exit ticket. That helps you as a reader. And so most definitely use your vocabulary. Everything is on the table when it's exit ticket time, because this is me checking your knowledge and understanding of your reading. So last couple of things, we've looked at what's expected. That was just materials. Now for the rest of the week, here's science prep questions, exit ticket, science prep review questions 2. Here is the foldable with all the directions. You will, with the foldable, you will submit your pictures, or you can make a doc, or you can make a video, or you can make a Google slide. What I said on the foldable is how to turn that into me with the instructions. You can either upload a photo, slides. I do want 2 photos. 1 photo of the outside with the 4 doors, and 1 photo of the inside, so I can see your drawing of everything. If you can't get your photos to upload, I know that's been problems with some of you, please email it to me at jennifer.simpson@lwcschools.net. You can upload whatever you need here in, and I can grade it right there for you. Last thing is the science prep review. Again, all of those 10 questions are from 1 and 2 at the top, and then your water cycle, weather, and climate is just on your vocabulary, so there's no reason to make a bad grade on that. We will Google Meet on Tuesday. We will GimKit with vocabulary on Thursday. You can see the due dates are posted. And what is different this week is that I did put in that the prep questions, these are due tomorrow. Exit ticket is due tomorrow, and science prep 2 is due Tuesday. Foldable and the rest are all due on Thursday. So that's the only difference this week. I got feedback and students wanted actual due dates to help them better prepare themselves throughout the week. So those are the only changes. I hope this video is helpful just to get you started, and it's going to be a great week. It's only 4 days, and then Friday will be a great Friday, and you'll get to enjoy some time with family and hopefully do something fun. So stay safe and go Knights. Thank you.